Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the last episode of the 2021-22 season, covered by your host here at Top Tier Talk. Arsenal say farewell to fourth place as an absolutely abysmal performance against Newcastle makes it that the 5-1 win over Everton was just a pre-season friendly for the Gunners as they welcome Europa League football next season. Tottenham dominating Norwich with a 5-0 masterclass from Son, equaling Salah's record of 23 goals for the season. Manchester United once again losing, shock, and this time to Crystal Palace, but nevertheless secures them sixth place and Europa League football as well. Chelsea managing to scrape that win against Watford as a Dan Gosling goal wasn't enough for the Hornets to snatch a point at Stamford Bridge, but still gave Daniel something to celebrate. Hey, Dan. And we also cover the wonderful Man City comeback as they get 3 goals in 6 minutes to clinch the title from Liverpool with 93 points. All of that in this episode. So let's get straight into it. So let's go straight to the old Chelsea and Watford boys. Amir starts off 2-1. It was looking a bit shaky when Dan Gosling got his Watford goal, 1-1, but then you managed to snatch it at the end. What happened?
Yeah, true. I guess before that, we should quickly start with the Chelsea-Leicester game that I had no care for at all because our season ended last Monday when Arsenal bottled top four and we got top four, had nothing else to play for, and we'd lost the FA Cup. But yeah, to the quickly Leicester game, 1-1 draw, showing this season hasn't been up to the standard. It's the same every week, really. Just par or just above par to just get the win. And that's that with Leicester. We'll go to the Watford game. Wasn't that the same result at the Vic as well, Dan? 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1.
It was. You were at the game, so your perspective would be different to mine. But from what I saw was we didn't take some chances. Havertz should have got a couple. And then you guys get the goal, looking like a 1-1, another bottle job at home. Our home form's been terrible. And last minute winner from Ross Barkley, who I don't know how he came on, but yeah, got us the win. But what was your point of view?
So I'm going to start it off basically same as I did last week and the week before.
Can I just say before you start?
We did a Watford.
Can I just say before you start? This is your last time of waffling for longer than a minute, so.
Well, I'm going to start it as I said, as I have done 95% of the time this season. We did a Watford. Like, how can you score with 3 minutes on the clock and still lose the match? Whether it's against Chelsea or Preston, doesn't matter. Just focus. But you got it. You hit the nail on the head. Chelsea had way more chances, had more of the ball. It was you'd expect. I don't think it was a Havertz hit the bar and stuff like that, and you did come close a couple of times, and Backman pulled out a few good saves. But I don't think it was for the want of trying from your strikers or your attackers. It was a case of we actually didn't defend too badly. Put a few admittedly last ditch blocks and tackles, but it got the job done for the most part.
Back into the game as well. So
it got us back. Yeah. Well, for about 2.5 minutes or so. But yeah, in regards to the performance from Chelsea, as you said, that the team that you put out was ridiculous. I'm not saying we should have beaten it because you still had your Kanté in there. You still had Havertz, Mount, etc. So it was still a good team. But from a Chelsea point of view, Rudiger got a standing ovation when he went off the pitch.
Deservedly, but
for both of you, it wasn't really an important game. It didn't really matter. It was just a one-off.
Yeah, it was more like one of Chavez's pre-season friendly. This one wasn't it? Really. We got top four. We weren't had anything else to fight for. Your relegation was guaranteed.
It was confirmed since the start of the season. Second game in.
Exactly, but yeah.
I was going to say one thing. One thing I'd like to pick on. Chelsea fans cheered City going ahead more than they cheered their 91st minute winner. Which again, I know the game means nothing, but for you to score a 91st minute winner, and you might as well have just they had the prawn sandwiches and cakes out, and they were celebrating like that. It was one of them. Doesn't matter if the game means nothing. Your team's just won a game.
Yeah, no. James did. One of our other friends did pick up that Chelsea weren't really good. He was one of the worst home fans, and I argued it was because of the sanctions and the amount of fans that attended. But you saying that is like, it was. That's a bit abysmal, really. But
you shouldn't you shouldn't have to celebrate any other team's successes, let alone when you're not even
Exactly.
fighting for the title, and
Yeah.
essentially you had nothing to do. It was poor from the Chelsea fans in my.
Basically, both clubs are washed.
Essentially, yeah. But moving on, we should move on to Arsenal. Speaking of washed clubs,
But-
I'm going to do a
but
job for you.
Yeah, let's
I
move
do- I
on
do-
to Arsenal.
I do really quickly want to say
Okay.
something like poor to pick up on is our really bad home form this season, which is worrying considering in previous seasons Chelsea are known for having such great great home form under like Mourinho, etc. It's like a fortress at the bridge, but this season's been worrying. So I hope next season we can pick up the home form definitely. But season's done. Third
Done.
position. It's done.
Season is done. That's
All
it.
good.
Is done. 19th position. Didn't finish bottom.
Yeah, we're both done. Let's
Yeah,
move on
fair
to
enough.
the bottlers.
Which one? I'm joking.
Yeah, which one? Which
Get me out
the way.
bottle jobs in red?
No, because what you're going to say is actually interesting. With us, it was just like, I can tell you in 2 minutes.
Go on,
What
Go
Go
on,
on,
go on,
yeah,
yeah, go on, quick fire.
So, pre-season friendlies, right? We've had a few since the Atletico game. Today was the final boss. We got Ten Hag in. I thought maybe, because I didn't actually know Ten Hag would be there. I predicted Palace to win. I thought they were favourites, but I didn't know in that time that Ten Hag would be there. I thought the players would be a bit, inspired to try new manager, get, cement a position in the team. No. It's just so weird. Like, surely this guy's coming. He's going to be the Man United manager for next season. You want to actually try and run a bit more, show a bit more effort. But no, we're just terrible back to front. It was really difficult as well because I was watching the City and Liverpool game, and it's good because you see the direct contrast of how the teams play. Liverpool outstanding, running like there's no tomorrow. Man City running like there's no tomorrow, and then it's our players. Just it's such a big difference, and it's so sad to see. But yeah, aside from that, terrible season. I'm happy it's over. That's the best thing about it, as De Gea was saying. Yeah,
Is there a big clear out to come for United then? A big clear out.
apparently not. Before the game started, Randy said that the 11 starting are all going to be at the club next season, which is fair enough because the 11 you'd expect, but Tellez, I thought he wouldn't be. He played terrible. And not just because of that, I don't want him at my club. He terrifies me, that man. When he defends, I get scared. So, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's
I
good
hope
cover.
so.
Good cover.
You need cover that can cover. He doesn't
Was
cover.
Rashford in that starting 11?
No, thank God, no.
Ooh, interesting.
For his own good. For his own good.
That's interesting.
Rashford shouldn't be playing football right now.
Really should be doing that.
Then you got a year left.
I don't know, looking in a mirror maybe?
Poor sod.
Well, so yeah, fair enough. Why? Was he not that good?
No, I'm not saying he's not that good, but the season he's had, and if he is a critique of himself, then he would be hitting himself right now. He'd be beating himself up because it's been a shambles of a season.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Can I
But you can
can I
say
just
that
weigh
for
in slightly there?
Yeah.
Do you remember years ago when I said Rashford's overrated in English tax? Same as I did with every English player.
Oh,
See,
also
this
said
is
Will
down
Hughes
for
should be in the
point score,
England
point
squad,
score,
mate.
yeah.
Half your points.
Yeah.
ready to pounce.
Did you really see this coming down? Did you see Rashford going from such a high at such a young age,
Yeah,
getting all
English
those goals, to suddenly
English
falling
tax.
off? Okay.
Happens all the time.
I think Dan's not English with the amount he hates English
That's
players.
what-
Yeah,
that's
I
what
know.
You're
I think,
Irish,
yeah,
Dan. Are you
Are you
Scottish?
Scouse?
That's Scouse, not English.
Right, yeah. Okay, move on from me.
All right, move on to the old Arsenal.
See you next
Move-
season.
Move on to the old Gunners. I'll start with the Newcastle game. Last week, remember Chris, I was a little bit looking forward to that game. I remember I was obviously saying like if we win that game, it's completely in our hands at Everton. And look what happened. Our team are awful under pressure, absolutely abysmal under pressure. It goes to show, not a single one of those players on the pitch against Newcastle had a good performance. Not a single one. You can do all the running you like, but not a single player showed their worth. As to players, let's say for example, you have an experienced player who can perform under pressure. You got the 30-year-olds. You got Ronaldo, for example. We've got too much of a young team that there's no leader to say let's boot them up a bit. Do you know what I mean? To just block it out, and we've got to focus on winning this game against Newcastle. Yeah, granted it was at St James's Park, but look, it's a game that. And then I'll tell you, the fact that pisses me off as well is that I think it was after the game, a couple of days later, when they gave us fans time to cool down a bit. Arteta comes out and goes, "Well, we've exceeded our expectations, man. Shut the fuck up." Honestly, we had fourth place in our grasps. I remember there was a video. When was it? When it was I think it was 30 games in, and we were fourth, and Tottenham were eighth. And now Tottenham are fourth, and we're fifth. Do you see, like, it was completely in our hands with like 4 games in hand, and we were just awful. The games like against Southampton, we should be winning. And then we go to St. James's Park, like a game again, we should be winning. Where are Newcastle? Where did they finish? Like 12th, 13th? You know?
The top half, yeah. No, 10th.
Something like that.
yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's a game where like a club that's wanting to challenge for Champions League football, a top 4 team, need to be winning, regardless if it's home or away. And they did not perform at all. I was horrified by that performance. I was like, you know what? Look, obviously, all the Arsenal fans hoping for a miracle to happen at the Norwich Tottenham game. I don't blame them because that's the hope that kills us. But, you know, it's bound to happen. 5-0 for Spurs against Norwich. Typical Norwich fucking gimps. And then, to be fair, like I remember on the final day, couldn't give a shit what the result was for Arsenal Everton. My brother was saying to me, he was like, "Oh, 2-1, 3-1." I don't care. I don't care. Pre-season, as you said, Shiraz, pre-season, like we were guaranteed 5th at that point. So what's the fucking point in that game? Everton have already survived relegation, so they probably paid their fucking C team. You know, we're trying to go out and get 3 points. Why? What's the point? Who are we proving? All these players saying, "Oh, good at the end of the season." Bro, come on now. You bowled top 4 heavily. Like, look, we've got to look towards the next season. Obviously, thinking, yeah, we're heavily linked with Gabriel Jesus now. We're like looking towards signing people. Maybe a few people want to come to us now because we haven't got Champions League football. But how does?
I do want to ask you, and I want to ask all you guys: if you were Arsenal's board, would you have given Arteta a new contract, considering he's bottled? I'd say is a bit harsh. Like winnable games, he didn't win.
Yes, I would.
No, but you don't give him a new contract. Just leave it be. Just carry on.
Would you leave it be? Would you give
Well,
him
how long did he have? How long did he have in his contract?
Yeah, time, man. It's not like he's running out.
What would you have done?
okay.
A new deal straight away before? top
Maybe we'd
four
wait
was
until the
done?
start of next season. Because,
Yeah, the start of next season.
Yeah.
Even
That's
now,
what-
just mid-season.
I was really confused as to why they just went, there you go, have a new contract. Like I was pretty confused about that, but look, it doesn't matter now.
I have another question then on top of that. This is a massive hypothetical, but let's say, let's just
say, yeah.
So basically, Poch is being sacked, or he's leaving PSG. It's looking likely. If Poch was to become available and he actually would go to Arsenal, would you swap him with Arteta right now?
I'll answer that for you. Yes.
Now, hang on a second. You're forgetting that Pochettino.
No, Chris. This is a question to
when
Arsenal
Pochettino
fan.
was Tottenham manager, he said he'd rather work on a farm than manage Arsenal.
So did
Maybe
Mourinho when
times
he
have
went.
changed.
So
Maybe
did
PSG's
Mourinho.
terrorism has changed them. Who knows?
Mourinho did the same. It doesn't matter. Managers have no loyalties.
I wouldn't personally. It's purely as what Chris said. You know, there's a bit of rivalry between Tottenham and Arsenal. So if he did come to us, I feel like it'd be a bit of like an eye roll half the time. Like, why am I managing this club? You know, you want a hungry manager that obviously has no ties to any other club in the Prem or anything like that, and is ready to go and grab it by the balls.
But
So-
I have a counter argument for
So
that.
what you're saying, you wouldn't take Pep or Klopp or Conte?
Well, that's a bit different to Poch.
That's a bit
that's
different to
different.
Poch.
No, but they've still got they've ties to teams in the Premier League.
Yeah, but I'm
Got-
talking. This is a rivalry. This is
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
I will have a counter argument.
It's
for that.
like
In
it's
terms
like
of
saying, would
players.
Arteta go to Tottenham? No, he wouldn't.
Sol Campbell, great example of that. Arsenal legend centre back rivalry there.
Tottenham
but
legends
yeah.
as well, Chris.
Pochettino is one of our own. He ain't leaving like bloody.
Honestly,
Sol.
I wouldn't. I don't think like it's a tough one because
I'd be
you can't.
so interested.
I think Arteta's built a team, like a young team as well at the moment, that kind of everything revolves around that young team. And then to put a new manager slap bang in the middle of that jigsaw and just go, right, I'm going to do it my way now, I think just ruins it. Because let's say, for example, he comes in and says, Pepe, you start. You know, Saka, like, okay, where do I go now? Oh, Saka, you go on the left. Martinelli's out the team. Emil Smith-Rowe's out the team. You know, like, there's so many different things that you could, like, Arteta's building like a little mojo of like what he's doing. I respect it. You know, it takes time to build it. He's been in maybe how long now? 2 years, 3 years?
2.5.
This ain't happening though. You've just ordered him.
No, I know, but this is what I'm
I was
saying,
testing
like,
your loyalty. I was literally. It
No,
ain't
I
happening.
wouldn't have Poch.
Testing your loyalty to
I'd
Arteta.
do that. Better quality manager.
I've got
Classic
I've got
Chelsea
Lorenzo-
fan.
Yeah,
Sack-
yeah, exactly.
sack, you know.
It's a fan with a mentality of winning. That's what it is.
Yeah, but I'm saying that he wouldn't. I don't think he'd win with us though, Amir.
Why
Purely
not?
He hasn't
because
won
of the Tottenham
in
past,
England.
and he's just a complete
The
different
Tottenham
system. So
past
it would take
doesn't
about
mean
3-4 years for him to just go like shine.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't.
So why ruin like a system at the moment that's working?
Because
I
your
guess,
system
at the
technically
right-ish?
hasn't worked because you didn't get top four.
Yeah, but
I
that,
also
I'm
know-
presuming that wasn't our.
It
goal
wasn't all
or
Arteta,
goal.
Grant.
What was your goal, El? At the start of the season? What
That
did
has
you
to
want?
be.
European football.
See, this is what I mean. They didn't even have a target of top 4 because they weren't in any European football last season. They didn't
Exactly.
get
So-
conference.
so
Yeah,
European
that
football is
might
probably
be,
their
that might be
target.
true. That might
So-
be true.
I've got a
but-
point I want to make.
Although we're very quickly though, although we're still annoyed over the fact that we had top 4 in our hands and we didn't get it, like we still got it in the end. We still got European football.
Yeah, but
I'm
objectives
still a little
change
bit
during the
pissed off.
season. They do change during the season. I'm sure in January or February, when you were in pole position to get top 4, your objectives changed and you were like, yes, top 4, that's what I want now.
It's a
As I said,
stretch. It's not like it
weren't-
doesn't change like that.
Yeah,
It's
it
not.
would have.
It's not a necessity.
What?
I
So
don't
you're
think it's
saying
a
midway
necessity.
through the year, Mir, if someone says, "Oh, you're doing well in your job now, go do some more." Do you know what I mean? That doesn't mean like you hit like a certain amount of target.
Last month or 2 months ago, Tottenham were 8th and you were 4th, and you don't think your objective would have changed?
There
to
were
top
games.
4?
There were games in hand. There were games in hand.
At one point, about 10 games ago, Arsenal were 6 points ahead of us with a game in hand. But
Thank
after
you.
about 28, 29 games.
Yeah,
Which
Chris,
would be
I'm
about January,
with you.
February.
I'm literally saying like we completely bottled top 4. Like yes, it was obviously at the start of the season, our vision was to simply get European football, whether that be Europa League or Champions League. But we surprised us all and we're in 4th position, tailing Chelsea, for example. I remember a couple of months ago, I'd be saying, yeah, we could be chasing you for 3rd. And then the small games,
And
like,
that's what I'm
the small
saying.
games that we need to be winning. The Southampton, like 1-0 against Southampton. The Brightons. The Newcastle, for example, it's stupid games like that kind of you're like, for fuck's sake, if it's games that we lose against like you, for example, like Chelsea, okay, hands up, do you know what I mean? You're a good team, we lose. Man City, hands up, okay, good team. Do you see what I mean?
What he's
my
saying is
point,
it's
you're-
not the end of the world. It's not the
Yeah,
like
that's
big-
true.
yeah.
That's true. But you're also proving my point. Your ambitions changed. You were going for 3rd. It was first European football, then you went for.
It doesn't
3rd,
every
right?
fan's ambitions change throughout the
Yeah,
season?
that's good. It was a good thing. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it was a bad thing, but I'm saying like you kind of by the end of the season you underachieved under what you thought.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I guess like the best thing out of this is just go move on. Because
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
else
of
can be
course.
done
That's all
now.
you can do. Just have a
I
good
mean, take a
window.
breath and just have a good window. Get Jesus in, hopefully, because then that'll get us a number 9 up top.
Well,
Sign,
if you want it more, yeah. There's a lot of good
has it got a lot of
players out
potential
there.
there? Yeah.
A
So
lot.
we'll have to see. But Chris, enough of this depression
Can I
from
just-
Arsenal.
Can I just make my point? Can I make my point on Arsenal, by the way?
Go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah,
Go
go
for
for
it.
it.
I've been wanting to say it for a few minutes. I'm not trying to bash you when you're down, but this is just how I truly feel. When I
we
listen to
go.
Arsenal fans and I listen to you, not just you, not picking on you, but just generally Arsenal fans, they think it's a good season and a surprise to come 4th. And I think, like, to be honest, that really shows to me how much Arsenal have declined, because it's a surprise that Arsenal were even 4th at one point in the season. I think Arsenal have been 5-6 years now, whatever it is, without Champions League. I think their expectations as fans have gone down.
Yeah, we have. Of course
They
we
really
have.
have gone down. And they spent a lot of money last summer on Ben White, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu. They still had a Aubameyang, Lacazette. You look at that team, and they still don't think can come top 4. That's without Europe. They had no Europe. Next season they got Thursday night Europa League, Thursday night Premier League, like weekly pretty much.
Yeah.
And Arsenal couldn't do it even without Europe. Like,
Yeah.
so for me, I just think because of how, like, the fact that the expectations are so low shows how bad Arsenal fans truly think the team is. And I don't think Arsenal fans, if they had any like belief in Arteta, would say it's a surprise to come 4th. Why? Man, you said you were surprised you were 4th. Like, to me, that shows how much you've declined as a club. Just
We
as
have
fans.
though. We
Yeah, I've
have.
made a very good point there, Chris, with the fact that they've only played one game a season and they couldn't get top 4. Because what if they end up finishing
One game season.
one
game a
game
week,
one
you
week?
mean?
Sorry,
No,
sorry. Yeah.
I
Just trying to
wish.
find every little thing now.
Wait, should we
but,
go to spec before we're gone now?
I'm just saying, he's got a point. You could decline more now. Now you've got Europa League back, because last season you finished 8th with it.
You're making them like realize life here. Okay, before we go to Chris, before you start with your waffle and your happiness about top 4, can we just massive congratulations to Tottenham for your top 4 trophy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You
In
gives.
fact, the first person to say that top 4 was a trophy was Arsene Wenger. So thank you very much for clapping me, and you're welcome.
So it's back to
I will
Arsenal.
celebrate my trophy.
Oh yeah, rent free.
So, shall I
Hurry
start
up.
talking? All right, cool. Okay, so Norwich 0, Tottenham 5, and of course it's Norwich, and we go into the game thinking it's Norwich and it's going to be a routine win in ordinary circumstance. But it's important to realize how much was riding on the game. Just look at the final day in the Premier League. You see all the drama surrounding the who's going to win the league and relegation. There was no drama with the Tottenham game at all. In 25 minutes, we were 2-0 up. We go on to win the game 5-0. And I think when you consider how Tottenham are labelled as Spursy, quote unquote, and how they bottle stuff, this and that, that was the least like Spursy performance ever. We were on it right from the beginning. Half the game was Norwich battling Norwich. Half the game was a mental battle, and we completely won both. 5-0, some tremendous goals. Kulusevski again was incredible. Son, incredible, 2 goals, wins the Golden Boot joint with Salah. No penalties involved in that, but just, yeah, it couldn't have gone better. If you win 5-0 in the Premier League, you can't go better than that, really, can it?
Chris,
Under the
Could win
circumstances.
6-0. but
Chris,
Yeah,
with all due respect, before you carry on, you were bashing Elliot for saying the standards of Arsenal dropped. You're glorifying a 5-0 win against Norwich. You should be beating Norwich anyway.
No. What I'm trying to say, I said that.
Glorify the
under
circumstances. And
A bit.
Yeah, because if they lost against Norwich and we won,
Then it's dead, like ropey. Yeah.
Well, we speak about that's why I spoke about the circumstances, because Arsenal were in an identical situation on Monday night and lost. They knew they had to win to get top 4, and they lost.
but that's the thing. We didn't look like we wanted to win. We did
Yeah.
not give a shit about that game.
Equally speaking, Tottenham could have lost at Norwich when Arsenal had a dead easy game at home. to
Chris,
Everton.
I reckon we could round up 11 players in Watford and go fucking dominate Norwich. They're that bad. They
They're
are.
not
No,
horrible.
they lost 3-0 to
No.
us.
Who lost 3-0?
What?
Watford lost 3-0 to Norwich,
Yeah.
no?
Oh, Watford. I was thought we said
Oh.
Arsenal.
But it's
Oh,
also
yeah.
but just
But
speaking
Watford
on that,
are
there's, but there's no easy game in the Prem. I know
That
I
is
joke.
true.
a lot
Again,
about
unless
Sheffield,
it's Watford or
but-
Norwich, no offense.
Didn't United draw
Yeah.
2-2 with Norwich?
Yeah, United drew with Norwich, lost to Watford. Chelsea lost 4-1 to Brentford.
Oh,
Arsenal lost to most teams under the sun this season.
yeah, but they didn't lose to you.
You had to cheat both
But-
times. But
but back
that's
to-
beside the
Oh,
point.
Chris, get
But
back
yeah.
to it. Get back to it.
Go back to it. Just under the circumstances, I think was the most impressive thing. Not gonna
Okay.
lie, from a couple of weeks ago, I was convinced that we would beat Arsenal, and then Arsenal bought it at Newcastle, and we would go and do the business against Burnley and Norwich. I was convinced. I couldn't actually imagine Arsenal in the Champions League, because that club doesn't have what it takes to be in the Champions League. They need to stay. Arsenal
You
need
nodded at Chavez.
Arsenal need to to put it in perspective, right? Arsenal need to go and
Win the Europa League?
Lacazette's leaving on a free, and Nketiah's leaving on a free. Bamyang's like, you need to go and get like 2 free strikers. Are your board really going to sign the players required to take you into the top 4? Yes, you have some decent young players, but
Still speaking
I
of
think-
Arsenal.
personally, I think with Conte, and I think with the ambition that this is my next point actually.
Yeah.
Everything
Conte.
Gonna win the league.
Conte,
next
No, no,
year.
no.
yeah.
Gonna say they're gonna win the league next year.
everything I'm hearing at Tottenham involving transfers indicates that the club are going to back Conte. Conte's done his job. The players have done their job. It's now for the club and Levy to make the funds there to go and take us to an even the next level sort of thing. Yeah, yes, we know we're the 4th best team in the league now. I think next season, if we didn't sign anyone, we could maybe come 3rd if Chelsea are going to lose players. But if we want to push for the league, we got to invest in the squad more. And I say that honestly. I think that under Antonio Conte, look at his record. When he's backed, when he gets the players he wants, he delivers. But I'm not looking at Arsenal anymore. I don't consider Arsenal a threat. I don't consider Arsenal a threat. I consider the 3 teams that come above us, and maybe Man United under Ten Hag as a threat.
Man United.
Arsenal under
You waffle.
Arsenal under
You
Mikel
waffle.
Arteta.
Be quiet.
Arsenal under Mikel Arteta have come 8th, and 5th. There's nothing there. There's nothing there to make me think they're going to do anything. And that 5th, as I mentioned, was no Europe. We've come above Arsenal for about 5-6 straight years now.
I mean, Chris, you basically didn't
Well,
have
what,
Europe
do
this
you want
season
a
either.
trophy
You
for
got knocked
that?
out,
You ain't got
you got
any
knocked out by
trophies.
COVID and AS Mura.
Yeah, we did.
He basically has no Europe this season either.
We had a very poor European campaign, not gonna lie. And I say Arsenal don't have the squad and stuff. Equally, Tottenham need a much better squad. You make a great point. Honestly, you make a great point. But like I said, what I'm hearing around the club from journalists close to the team is he's gonna get backed. So I am jubilant. I think we can win the league next season.
Chris,
And
He's happy,
Did you hear?
he's happy to see the back of Emerson Royale.
Wow.
Chris,
By
did
the
you
way,
hear?
no. What?
Wait,
Thomas-
Chris, did you hear? Did you
No, I
hear?
didn't.
Son's
I
coming to
can't hear you
Arsenal.
from the Europa League.
Son's coming to Arsenal. Son's coming to Arsenal.
Right, shut
Yeah.
up. Shivers, what you going to say?
No, Thomas Tuchel agrees with Chris, by the way. Today, or a couple of days ago, he did a press conference and he said next season there's going to be 5 teams in the title. He named all the big 6 except Arsenal. So no one actually sees Arsenal as a threat.
Yeah, no one-
Like you
Arsenal,
said,
Arsenal, what do they? Arsenal are just a club that's going to come 5th or 6th next season. If Man
Chris,
United get
This
their act
bashing
together,
Arsenal
Chris,
Man United
podcast.
Listen.
get their act together under Ten Hag, they'll come above Arsenal.
I need
Tottenham
you to answer this question, Chris. When was the last time Tottenham won a trophy? Any trophy? Oh, sorry, excluding the Audi
excluding
Cup,
the top 4
pre-season.
trophy they just won.
Yeah, and the top 4 trophy. Yeah.
Yesterday, top 4.
Oh, and the Golden Boot trophy. Yeah.
2008.
2008. And what was that? Carabao Cup.
Yeah, the Carabao Cup.
Okay.
This is Elliot.
Okay,
Goulding,
okay,
by
yeah,
the way,
but-
with
okay,
that
exactly.
tackle
When
Arsenal.
But look, they got
You
a
come
manager
below
now. They got
Arsenal have
a
come
winner.
below Tottenham in the Premier League for
It doesn't
about.
matter. It doesn't
Another
matter.
Another trophy,
Our last
another trophy for
silverware was
Spurs.
2
Another
years
trophy
ago.
for Spurs. Well done.
Yeah, well done. Oh, do you want a medal for that as well? That we've come below you.
The last
doesn't matter.
we have got to a Champions League final, yeah,
Well done.
Quicker,
Did you win it? Did you win it?
quicker than you were even in the Champions
Exactly.
League.
Gib. You did not win the Champions League. It doesn't matter. You haven't won a
In the
trophy since
meantime,
2008.
Chris, we've
We
been
won
to
it
a
in
domestic.
2020.
Chris, we've been to a domestic cup final more recently than you have.
Exactly.
Capu and
Okay.
Gomez left your club
Yeah, but
and ended
have
up in
you
a
though?
cup final.
Yeah,
Have
no,
you
no,
though?
no.
Dan, have you though?
Capu left their club, went to
Capu
Juventus,
left Tottenham,
went
come to Watford,
Villarreal,
got to a cup
and then
final.
went to the Champions League.
Why is Watford in this conversation at all?
Yeah, no,
Why-
forget. What are you bringing them?
Because it's
Why do you
Tottenham are
want-
irrelevant.
They're
Yeah,
not
but
irrelevant. They're
He's
in
on
the
about
top
the
4.
future. He's on about
Yeah,
the future.
Chris,
Like,
exactly.
the
Yeah,
future
getting
looks good.
talked over. That's exactly
Well, I'm
what I
gonna,
thought.
from a non-Tottenham fan,
I'll
I'm
let
gonna-
you speak. Go
let
on.
me go as a non-Tottenham fan. I'm going to go on it. That he has a lot to actually be looking forward to. The manager he's got right now, world class. The recruitment, which was right in January, if it's the same in the summer and he gets backed, they could challenge. Like the Prem's a bit of a wild shout already, but
Anyone could challenge, though.
No, I just think Emir, on that, I'll defend myself.
go for it.
We have got Fabio Paratici. He's one of the best directors of football.
Oh, yeah.
We have
Do you
got
guys know who that is? Yeah, let me just.
yeah. Well,
No,
you don't know much about football, so I'm not
No, I
surprised.
don't know much
We
about
have got
Fabio Pradici, whatever his fucking name is. Some
Paratici.
B-Tech gimp.
Pronounce it
from
the
Tottenham,
Italian
probably.
way. Paratici, okay?
Yeah,
We've got
who is
one of
it?
the best directors of football. He's a director of football. He
Okay.
worked at Juventus alongside Conte, and they're now back together again. What you don't understand is we've got one of the best managers in the world, one of the best directors of football in the world, Champions League level money, best facilities, best stadium, and a pretty decent team now.
Okay, would you like a trophy for all of that?
There is all the makings there of a team that can win the league with a few more
Yeah.
players.
Yeah, but have
And
you
a
already?
few more seasons, Chris. It can't be.
No, not
No, do you know, there's a
necessarily.
very simple way of doing this. You can go around and ask, what would you rather be in terms of just excitement for the future, a Tottenham fan or an Arsenal fan? And everyone will say Tottenham. And even you'd say Tottenham.
Yeah. All he talks about is
Oh,
the
right.
past. When was the last time you won a trophy? When was this? When was that? He
Yeah,
ain't
exactly.
talking about the future because he's got nothing to look forward to.
Harry Kane's all this
got-
great player, but he hasn't won a
He's got
trophy.
Europa League trips to Belarus and Bulgaria to look forward to next season. I hope you have
You're
fun.
going to
in your
get
beautiful
dicked
way
by
to-
Barca and
I
Bayern
won't
Munich
be
in your
seeing
group
Johnny
stage.
really funny.
You're coming
If-
third,
if
and then we're going to
Spurs are
play
gonna-
you in the Europa League.
Spurs are
going
going to draw a Belarusian side in their group now, and now he's just.
Daniel's such an Arsenal fan. Look at the way he's defending Arsenal. Look at the defense of it.
I just don't like Spurs.
Yeah, no one likes
You're-
Spurs.
And
That's
If-
you
I mean,
used
if we're bringing out
to like
arguments
Arsenal
here-
when you were younger, it's fine. Don't have to hide your bias anymore. I will defend Tottenham. Look, I don't care about Arsenal. I said that all along. Tottenham
you
have got
still talk about it.
absolutely everything to look forward to. We are going to be a force next season, whether
You
anyone
wish.
here
You
likes
wish.
it or not.
You
Okay,
Arsenal-
where are you going to finish, Chris? Where are you
Where are you
going
gonna
to
finish? Yeah, go on.
Predict
Boy.
it right now.
I want to.
You're gonna get top four trophy again?
It depends on the transfer window. Like,
No,
As
no,
of right now-
right now.
No.
Yeah, no. Okay, you get your ideal transfer window. Your Paratici guy does the job.
Yeah, some Italian Adamar. You know what I mean? What's
it's going to be really hard to win the league. I'll be truthfully honest because of how good Liverpool and Man City are. I think we
But you
could
said-
potentially.
Yeah.
We could potentially break the top two, and we might not win the league.
Oh,
but we might
top
have
two.
a very
Do
good
you know what? They get top two trophy.
No, that's an achievement because I don't
No,
think
it's
we're
an
Okay, no.
achievement. United got top 2 last season.
If
El,
you're,
where are
if
you
you're
coming
a
next
team
season
that
then?
goes and gets
Yeah, where are you going to
85
come?
Do we to be optimistic
15th.
or realistic?
Oh, you get the
Really?
best possible transfer window. Your dream of getting Gabriel Jesus comes true. Who are you getting? Where are you going?
All right, steady on.
Yeah, because that's the
Finish-
best player you
finish
can
it
get.
Hold on a second. On Gabriel Jesus, yeah, I read a report earlier on. I read a report earlier on
I
from
read
a
a report.
reliable source
How-
at the Telegraph, yeah, stating that Tottenham invented the rose for Gabriel Jesus.
Why do you need Gabriel Jesus?
If you're,
Why do you need
if
him?
you're, if you're Gabriel Jesus, you're going to come to the team in North London that can
No,
actually
you
offer
won't.
Champions
Why?
League football.
Would you go
and
to the
play
team
under
that hasn't got a
better manager
striker, or go
than
to a team that's
Antonio
already got
Conte?
one of the top prolific strikers in the league?
That's a big
Why
decision
did
for him,
Liverpool,
Chris. It's not a
why did
straightforward
Liverpool
one.
sign Luis Diaz when they had Mane, Salah, and Firmino and Jota? Big clubs think differently to you, Elliot. You can't
No, but
process
Chris,
that.
Jesus has already not been playing. He can't just come. Like he's got to make a big decision here because he can't just go into another team he's not going to play.
I-
So
I-
it's,
look, I
yeah,
appreciate-
Exactly.
With Harry Kane, he's never going to be like first team unless you change
Exactly.
formation. But
Correct.
at the same time, why would you waste your career in the Europa League?
He also didn't
Well,
say,
I'll ask the
Elliot, where are
same
you
question to
finishing?
Ronaldo right now then.
Right, Elliot, where are you
Ronaldo-
finishing next year? Dream transfer window.
Ronaldo's
yeah, dream transfer window.
Third.
That's where are you finishing next year? Dream transfer window.
Dream transfer window, which by the way would
Dream-
involve
we're
us
coming
getting
third.
like Neymar. That's the people that we.
Yeah, I saw Chelsea were linked with Neymar as well. What's going on there?
Yeah, let's say we got Neymar, which we're not going to in a million years. I still don't think we're going to get top 4.
But Steve,
And-
actually, like on Man United, right? Just quickly, yeah. I think why
Oh.
can't you get top 4? Arsenal, you know.
Arsenal
no matter-
again, look. Get on there, man.
Listen.
Get on. Chris, do you want to
Listen,
see the badge
Arsenal-
as well? Do you want to see the badge as well? Well, you're thinking
matter
about
what
us in your head.
Arsenal
You're
say
going
or
to go
do,
to
you
sleep.
know
Change
they'll
your bed
come-
sheets to Arsenal as well. You might as well.
No matter what Arsenal say or do, you know they'll come 5th or 6th.
Yeah,
Best
right.
episode we've ever.
Chris, you're forgetting other teams. You're forgetting Newcastle. You're forgetting West Ham. There are good teams
I think
that.
it might be one
Wolves-
season too early for Newcastle, but I just think Man United could get 4th.
You're
my
hearing that
point.
from someone who has no trust. in
Amir,
our
where are you
recruitment.
finishing?
Dream transfer window, second if we're lucky.
Daniel?
Yeah.
Team transfer
Yeah, that's
window,
fair enough.
where you going in
We're
next?
finishing ninth. We're finishing ninth in the champ.
Dream transfer against Neymar and
Your
Yeah,
dream
even if
transfer
you got
window, you
Neymar.
think you can break top half in the champ.
Nah, we're going to stick the players out next season. We're
I think
stinking
we need
it
a
out.
tally. We need a tally count of the amount of times Chris mentioned Arsenal this episode.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Arsenal this, Arsenal that, Arsenal this, Arsenal's doing this,
It
Arsenal's
was
this.
in context.
actually gonna
of
get
the
on
top
that.
four race, but
It was.
Arsenal do very well in the top four race. They're
Again.
5th. So there you go.
The amount of clips we got. Brilliant.
Cool.
Right. Chris, have you finished waffling about Arsenal now? Even though it was supposed to waffle about Tottenham and Norwich?
I did waffle about Tottenham very much. You're welcome.
Okay, yeah. No problem. Chris, this is going to haunt your dreams. Or should I say, keep looking.
You can talk as much as you want.
Chris is
Yeah,
going to start
I
looking
will.
behind him in a minute to try and find the Arsenal badge.
Chris, how much, before we go, how much money to support Arsenal?
No amount of money could possibly make me support.
Yeah.
Stan
That
Kroenke,
was
if you're
changing.
watching this, Stan Kroenke, if you're watching this,
Sign
get us
him
down
up.
the Arsenal training ground. Chris in Arsenal training gear
Chris in
for a
an
video.
Arsenal shirt.
Won't happen.
All right, fair enough. All right, to everyone watching, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's been a little bit of a battle between me and Chris, and then the other clubs to try to chip in as well. But that's the end of the Premier League for 2021-2022. So,
Well done, everyone.
well done.
Thank you for watching. Whoever.
Thank you for watching. We will be covering loads of episodes anyway. just
Season 2
throughout.
finale was a banger.
We'll be covering every other episode throughout the summer as well, just like other fun episodes that we get up to anyway. But yeah, we look forward to the new season coming up in August. Maybe it might start earlier because of the World Cup. Who knows? But yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Right, Dan, let FA.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will catch you next season. Take care, everyone.